guys, and welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. On today's episode, I'm going to share with you how I like to make my strawberry shortcake cupcakes. Now, I told you before, strawberries are in season, so I'm all about strawberries right now. So today I decided to incorporate a regular cupcake with some strawberries and really make it into a beautiful strawberry shortcake. So first, we're going to work on the cupcake part, so I'm going to show you what you're going to need for that, and then once those are done, we can work on the frosting. So without further ado, let me take you through the list of ingredients. So what you're going to need to make the actual cupcake is this. You're going to need some vanilla extract, some sugar, some milk, some strawberries, some eggs, some butter melted at room temperature. In this bowl, I have a combination of flour, baking powder, baking soda, and just a pinch of salt. And then I just have a little bit of flour that I took out of that mixture. And then I'll show you what to do with that once we get to it. And then I just have my cupcake tin that I just lined with cupcake liners. So before we go any further, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and now let's get started on our cupcake batter. So into my mixing bowl, I just added in some butter, and we're actually going to be working with a handheld mixer today. And to that, I'm going to add in our sugar. All right, so get that in there. And now we're gonna beat this until it gets really nice and fluffy and smooth. So maybe about a minute or so, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. Okay, so this is perfect. You just wanna make sure that the sugar is incorporated with the butter. And now we're gonna add in our eggs. Now this we're gonna beat for a few minutes because we want this mixture to get nice and fluffy, and you almost want it to be like a light yellow color. So this is gonna take a few minutes, so just be patient, and then I'll show you what that looks like when it's there. Okay, now to this I'm gonna add in my vanilla extract and then a little bit of my milk. And by a little bit, I mean all. Alright, so I'm gonna mix this for a few more minutes and then I'll show you what to do next. Now I'm gonna just give my dry ingredients kind of a rough toss, and then I'm gonna add them into my wet ingredients. And now I'm not gonna use my electric whisk mixer because I want to do this by hand. Otherwise you're gonna have a really rough, like a tough cupcake, and I don't want that. I want it to be really soft and squishy. So we're gonna mix in our batter by hand, or I mean our flour. There we go. And don't worry if it seems like it's like clumpy or anything. It'll cook itself out. But this is a lot better than you getting it nice and smooth with your mixer. It would be smooth, but the batter will be really hard, so it won't be a soft cupcake. Alright, so this is perfect for me. This is like exactly what I'm looking for. It smells really good too. So now what we're going to do is, I have my strawberries here. I'm going to coat the strawberries in the flour mixture that I set aside. Let me get a spoon. Okay, so all I do is I just put the flour in here and I just give this a nice toss. Now, you're wondering why. This is going to prevent your fruit from sinking all the way to the bottom once we cook it. Like once we put it in the oven, I mean. Look at that. So now you're going to put your coated strawberries into your batter, and you're going to give them a nice toss. There we go. I love anything like with fruit, especially like fresh fruit, because the juices come out and it's just so good. Alright, so now this is what we do. I'm going to clean this off. Alright, I'm just going to make some space here and I'll meet you back here, so I'll show you how we're going to put this into our cupcake tins. Okay, so now it's time to put my batter into my cupcake tin. Aren't these so cute? They're actually, I think they're not plastic, but they're something, so they're like reusable. They're supposed to be good for the earth. And I'm all about that. So you were probably wondering, why did I have an ice cream scoop on this? So this is how I scoop in my batter. Now I don't have a bigger scoop, so what I do is I take 2 scoops of this, 2 scoops of the batter. So I go 1 scoop into my thing, and then another scoop into the same thing. This way all my cupcakes come out even. So let me show you. See? Just like so. Oh, hold on, you're gonna fall over. There we go. Okay, so I filled my cupcake liners. Let me get you up here so I could talk to you. Hi guys. Okay, so I filled my cupcake liners. Now I'm gonna put this into my preheated oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. At the 18-minute mark, what I would suggest is you take them out, put a toothpick in. If it comes out clean, just like any other dessert would, you're all set. If not, leave it in there for a few more minutes, okay? But I will show you what they look like when they're done, and then we'll get started on the whipped cream frosting. I couldn't think of it, but now I got it. Hi guys, and welcome back. So my cupcakes just finished, well, they didn't just finish baking, they finished baking about 20 minutes ago. I took them out, they baked exactly for 18 minutes, and I wanted to let them cool before we started on our whipped cream topping. But I just want to show you exactly how they look. Look at this. You could even see that the blueberries, excuse me, the strawberries, they're still on the top, nothing soaked to the bottom. This is exactly what the flour will do. They'll make sure nothing soaks to the bottom and that it's evenly distributed throughout your cupcake. So now we are going to make the topping for it. So typically on a traditional like strawberry shortcake, you don't have frosting, you have whipped cream, which is what we're going to be making today. So for the whipped cream mixture, all you're going to do is you're going to need some heavy whipping cream. You're going to need some confectioner's sugar, the zest of a little bit of an orange, so I would say like half of an orange. You don't have to, you can leave this out. I just really think that it makes a difference. And then if you want to, I have some fresh strawberries here. I'm just going to top it with that later, but you don't need that either. So let's see. Let me move you closer if I can. There we go. Okay. So, to my heavy whipping cream, I'm going to add in my confectioner's sugar and then the zest of my orange. Not all of it, just some. It really just gives it such a fresh flavor between the strawberries and the orange. Oh, so good. I also like to add orange zest into my apple pie. I think it makes a lot of difference. Okay, for me that's good enough. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Actually, there's a lot in here. There we go. Sorry about the noise. All right, so I'm gonna mix this with my handheld mixer for about 4 or 5 minutes, just until everything gets nice and incorporated and you start to develop the consistency of whipped cream. And then I'll show you how we're gonna decorate our cupcakes. Okay, so my whipped cream is nice and whipped, as you can see. It's pretty stiff. So now what I'm going to do is I have a piping bag right here. So let me show you. There we go. If you guys can see. There we go. Okay, so what I do is I take my piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, totally fine. Just take a Ziploc baggie, cut the end of it off, and just pipe it with that. So I just add in my frosting. And I like this because I'm not crazy about like a really sweet like frosting. And this is just fresh. It's nice and fresh. It's not like overly sweet. So, and if you like it sweeter, then add more confectioner sugar. So good. All right. So what I do is I've never been good at decorating. Hold on, I want to show you the cupcakes. There we go. Sorry. The mic thing. All right, here are the cupcakes. There we go. So what I do is I just kind of make little things. Like I said, I'm not very good at decorating. That's never been like my forte. It's coming out. So I apologize about that. See, I just squeeze it out. It goes all over the place. All right, I ran out of frosting. It's okay. I'll eat that one. All right, so what you can do is you could just top it with like a nice strawberry to make it a little bit more appealing. Or if you know how to decorate, definitely go for it. But I was not blessed with that gene. There we go. So let me try a cupcake. I'm going to take the one that I really kind of messed up on. Not my finest moment, but that's okay. And look, it just slips right out. These are so amazing. All right, so let's give these a try. Let me get you up a little bit. There we go. Look at the inside. Pretty great, right? The fruit is like dispersed evenly. So good. Not overly sweet. It's still really soft. The frosting is incredible. Well, that whipped cream. And then the fruit is nice and soft. So when you bite into it, it gives you that juiciness. And you're not adding too much sugar into it, because in a typical strawberry shortcake, you actually cook the strawberries with extra sugar. So we completely like skip that step. So they're a little bit healthier, I would say. I'm going to tell myself that so I feel better when I eat another cupcake. So good. You definitely have to head over to www.thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this recipe. And please subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.